Welcome to the Confidence Igniter podcast, and I am your host. My name is Tamiko Green. Well, I'm so excited about this episode for today, and I hope that you are too. Well, tell me, have you ever been talking to someone and you all got into a really, really good conversation, and however you said something to them that made them respond by, you need to deal with reality because what you're saying is not reality. Well, recently, something like that had happened to me. I was in a conversation with someone and I made a statement and they said, that is not reality. But my response to them was, everybody has a different reality. Their response to me was, no, I'm saying reality, reality. But I said, everyone has a different reality. What you see as reality, someone else may have a different view of it. See, you can take two people that is in the same environment, have the same opportunities, but one person see limitations where another person sees the opportunity that nothing is going to stop me. So today I just want to speak to you from the topic reality check. I'm going to say that again. Today's topic is reality check. See, the thing about life is we all live in different realities. We live on the same earth, but we all have different realities. Why do I say that? Because let me give you some examples. One of my favorite historians is Harriet Tubman. And if you know anything about Harriet Tubman, even though she was amongst slaves, she never identified with herself as being a slave. And she would tell people, I am nobody's slave, which tells me even in the midst of challenges or situations or environments, everybody may be moving the same way. But for you, you may move differently, which tells me you have a different reality about life. Let's take a look at, let's say, Bill Gates. Now, I'm sure many people probably would have said, you know what? You don't need to drop out of Harvard. You need to go ahead and finish so you can be this businessman or whatever. You're going to need that degree. But his idea is, you know what? I want to make a different type of impact in the world. So I'm going to drop out of school and I'm going to do what it is that I want to do. And look at him. He has deposited a very big impact within the world and even in his own life. But he had a different reality. See, the thing is, reality doesn't happen to us. It happens through us. And I'm going to say that again. See, sometimes we think that what's going on in the environment, our life, our situations, challenges, we think that's happening to us. No, it's happening through us because of the way you're seeing things. Let's consider a hurricane. Now, you get different types of hurricanes with different types of categories. And no matter what they name the hurricane, no matter the category of the hurricane, but there's one thing constant about a hurricane. One, before it even show up, there's always talk about it. Telling people, you got to get prepared. You got to do this. You have to do that. You know, the wind gust is going to be this. And not only that, you're going to get so much rain and expect power lines to be down, right? So basically chaos, right? Because think about it. When a hurricane show up, it's chaotic. It's very chaotic because you got the winds blowing, the trees falling. Now, if you're a palm tree, you may bend all the way over and bounce back. However, no matter what's going on around the hurricane, the center is always calm. I'm going to say that again because I feel like somebody might need to hear this. Because, see, when you look out into reality of now, for some, they may see chaos. They may even feel like they're part of that. Because every time you turn on the news, you may get something that you don't want to hear. If you walk into your job, you may hear something that you don't want to hear, or even in your own household. So you find it to be very chaotic. But it's not about what's going on around you. It's about what's at your core. Is there peace at your core? Because when you start looking at what's going on around you and you allow what's going on around you to move you, then that means you're moving in the reality of the condition of the environment. And I'm going to say that again. When you allow the things around you, the chaos, the noise and chatter from other people, the situations, the challenges, when you allow them to move you, you are living your life in that reality versus the reality of your core, which is peace. The reality that you came up with, not the reality that somebody dished out to you. Because the thing is, it's not about the things that are outside of you. It's the things that's inside of you. Your reality starts from within, not you get to choose it just like you get to choose the ice cream that you decide that you want to go on your banana split. I'm going to say that again. You get to choose your reality. The same way when you go to Baskin Robbins or whatever ice cream shop you like and you say, hey, I want a banana split. And they say, what flavors of ice cream do you want? Do you want the regular vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate? You might look back at them and say, nope. Don't want that. I want chocolate chip, mint chip, and let's see, raspberry, right? But that's how life is. You get to choose. Now, you may think that you don't get to choose. That's because you're believing that someone else have control over you, and they really don't. Let me tell you, the only thing that is controlling you is the words that may be coming out of somebody's mouth. But let me tell you, when you recognize that they are words, and yes, words are powerful because guess what? They start wars and they end them. I'm going to say that again. Words are very powerful. They start wars and they end them. It is the words that created the universe. In the beginning it says, and God moved over the water and he spoke. Let there be light. What are you speaking into existence in your life? What reality are you creating? Because you can choose to have anything that you want in life. Do you have to work at it? Yes. But the work doesn't start outside of you. The work starts within you. See, a lot of times when you hear people say, but you got to work at it. Most of us think, oh, I got to go get a job and work my behind. No, this goes beyond working your behind. You got to work your mind. You got to work your confidence. You got to work your faith. You got to work what's inside of you. But most of us start from the outside. It's not about the outside. It's about what's in you. That's how you create your reality. You got to be willing to do the work. You can say all day long that you want to go to another level in life, but if you did go to the next level in life, but you didn't deal with the level that's within you that is saying, no, I don't want to go. No, I'm not good enough. No, we are limited. If you don't deal with that person, if you don't deal with that version of you, it doesn't matter. It's that old saying, you can take the girl out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the girl. But let me tell you something. You can take the girl out of the city, and if the girl want to get the city out of her or him, that's possible. But you got to work at it. Because, see, just changing your location does not change the inside of you. It's kind of like a tree. When you have a fruit tree and the fruit starts to grow on the tree, and every fruit that you taste is rotten. You don't start with the fruit. You start at the root. Let me say that again. It's like a fruit tree. So you plant a fruit tree, it grows, and it have all of these beautiful fruit on there, and you go outside and you like, ooh, I'm going to taste one of those fruit, and I know they're going to be juicy and delicious, and you go to bite into it, and it's dry as can be. It ain't sweet, it's sour. You don't go and cut down all the fruit. Yeah, you might, but that doesn't cure the issue. That doesn't resolve the issue because the issue is not in the fruit. The fruit only produced what was in the root. And so in life, you're only producing what's inside of you. Now, you don't have to believe it. Take the test. Take the test. Yeah, they're saying what test? Pay attention to what you're doing throughout this week. Pay attention to what you're saying. Pay attention to what you're agreeing to. And definitely pay attention to who you are agreeing with. If they're telling you that everything is bad and you say, oh, yes, it is. If they're telling you that, you know what, everything is so high, this is this and that is that, and you agree to it, guess what? You're creating a reality and you're telling your mind, create a situation where everything is high. Everything is bad. I am limited. But you said that you want something better, right? So guess what? The same mind that spend time creating limitations for you. You can take the same mind, create new neural pathways. What are those? That is when you decide to do something new, it start creating these new pathways within your mind. To say, you know what? He or she wants to do something new. They want to live life differently. They want to live life on their terms. They want to create a reality that makes an impact and not be impacted by one in a negative way. They want to create a new life that makes an impact in a positive way, to the that they're able to help someone, to the point that they're no longer talking about everything is high, everything is bad, I don't get any good breaks. And with that kind of conversation, you never will, because the mind is powerful, and whatever you feed it, all it do is loop back and give it to you. Your mind is the navigation system. You sitting up there calling on Siri, take me here and take me there. No. Let me tell you something. Call out all of those negative things and tell them, guess what? You are evicted. All of those negative thoughts, evict them. They're not helping you, because if you can do all of that, if the mind can produce every negative thing that you ever brought out of your mouth, let me tell you, the mind can also produce positive things. No. I've had my challenges in life. I've had moments in my life where, I would walk around saying, you know what? I never get a good break. I did. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to keep it real. Reality check, I'm going to keep it real with you, right? I did. I used to say that. I used to say, man, I could never get a good man. Man, everybody else is, things are going well for them. And, we always like to throw in, I'm such a good person. But what in the world does being a good person has to do with getting some good breaks? Because you got some people that ain't so good and still get good breaks. It's because of the way they think. And one day somebody told me, if you take that negative sign off your back that you've been walking around town with talking about, I never get a good break. Okay, and that's why you never will get one. It's not until you change your thoughts to create the reality that you want. As long as you're walking around town like that, you're not going to get anything. And then they followed up with, and by the way, as long as you keep talking like that, don't ever come back to my house. Take that negative crap with you and don't come back. And guess what? I had to change. Because I wanted a different reality. Like, I'm saying to myself, you know what? Okay, they're right. See, sometimes we don't want to listen to people when they're telling us to do something that will build us up to change our life. We don't want to do that. See, we have some people around town talking about, I'm waiting on God, and God is talking about, I'm waiting on you. What are you talking about? I've given you everything you need. I've even given you a measure of faith. No, I didn't give you confidence, because I'm not going to give you everything. Some stuff you're going to build. But I did give you a measure of faith. So if you could take that measure of faith, mix it with a little confidence, okay, and believe that you can do everything that I told you you can do, let me tell you something. You can go to the next level. You can go to any level in life that you want to, but you got to create your own reality and stop conforming to the reality of the world. Somebody needed that. I know you needed it. Yes, I do know you need it, and that's why I gave it to you, too. 'Cause let me tell you, life is good and getting better. You might be out there saying, really? Yes, life is good and getting better. And guess what? You have every opportunity starting now to create a life that you will enjoy. Create a life where you can be able to deposit something in somebody else's life. You have the power. You have the potential to do it, but you got to be willing to make a change and stop getting into everybody else's reality, their limiting beliefs of everything is bad. Bad for what? You mean to tell me it's 24 hours in a day and every single moment of the day is bad? Are you kidding me? No. When people tell me I'm having a bad day, well, now you know what I tell them? Then go back to sleep until you feel that the day is going to get better for you. Don't be walking around here spewing all that bad day crap. You know, even them people that you in the elevator and then they say, and you say, hey, how you doing? And they look at you and say, good for Monday. What? How in the heck do you expect to get to payday if you cannot embrace Monday? Are you kidding me? Reality check. You need to wake up. You need to wake up because every day is a good day that you can stand 6 foot above ground. You have an opportunity to create whatever life you want. And I don't care what age you are, because you got some people out there probably 60 or 70 years old talking about, well, I'm retired. Well, you ain't expired. So what are you talking about? Because you went and worked for somebody until you retire, and then all of a sudden, well, I'm retired now. Well, yeah, you might be, but you ain't expired. And then as long as you're not expired, guess what? You can create a different reality. And check this out. What age do you think Colonel Sanders was? Yep, I'm talking about KFC, the founder of KFC. How do you think he was? Just imagine if he had said, well, you know what? I'm 69 years old and I got a Social Security check and I ain't about to get my Social Security check and look, the chicken didn't work back then. I'm not going no further with this chicken stuff. No, I'm retired. No, he was like, I am not walking off this earth until I make that happen. I'm going to impact families all across America and even overseas. Guess what? Beyond America. Look, I'm the Colonel, and we doing this the Colonel way. Well, what's your name? My name is Tamiko Green, and guess what? The Confidence Igniter is on the scene, and I'm going to do it my way. And I suggest you do it your way, too. Well, this has been the episode for today. Reality check. Get it right. You get to choose your life. Stop allowing other people to choose it for you. Well, I gotta go. Yes, I got to go. I gotta go and step into my reality because guess what? I'm loving it. And I hope you love this episode. I hope you love it so much that you do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Well, until we meet again, I hope you have a wonderful week. Let me tell you something. Go step into the reality that you love, the one that makes an impact, the one that make you smile from ear to ear. Yeah, get out of somebody else's limited reality that they keep talking about they ain't got this, that, and the other. You got everything you need to succeed. Until we meet again, have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.